Everyone, I just wanted to show you this cute card and how I pulled it together. The idea is to try and use up some of your sort of coloured scrap bits of paper and bring it all together with the similar coloured inks and some punches and a background stamp. So for this one I'm using a chevron background stamp, but you could use any background stamp you like. So I'm hoping that this technique will work with all of the different products that you might have. And you can adapt it by just picking different colours or choosing a different background stamp or using a different punch if you've got a different butterfly punch or something like that. So let's get started. I'll put that to the side. So what I've got here is a range of distress inks. So I've got peacock feathers, spun sugar, twisted citron and squeezed lemonade. And I've got our background stamp here and I've already pre-cut. So I've got my card, which is 10 by 14.5. And then what I've done is picked a coordinating background colour, so to go with the peacock feathers, and I've just cut it by half a centimetre smaller than the card, and then I've got some white cardstock which is again half a centimetre smaller, so just to give it a small border. So I'm going to be working on this piece of cardstock here, and what I want to do is take some of the lighter colours first. So I might go with the squeezed lemonade, and I just want to tap that just in one general corner. Then I'm going to go in with the twisted citron and put that in another corner. Now you might see that one a bit more. I'm going to go with the spun sugar next and put that over here. Try not to overlap the inks. It won't hurt too much if you do, but you might find if you get a darker ink on a lighter pad that you'll end up with some of that showing on the ink pad. But if you do, you just tap it out on some paper and then that should get rid of it. Now, I don't have this mounted because I'm actually going to just roll this across the paper at a sort of a strange angle. So, hopefully we'll get all of the colour in there. So you can see there's a bit of colour of all of those. And then if you wanted to, you could make a couple of these in one go. In fact, I might, rather than waste that ink, I will do another one and just pick a different part of the stamp and roll it across. And that one didn't pick up much of the pink, so I'm just going to go back in and get some of that pink on there as well. Put that one to the side and we'll just work on this one. So from that point, what we're actually going to do is we're going to stamp our sentiment, so we can decide which corner, and because this one's got a little bit less ink, I'm going to put the sentiment there. Now, with this card, I did one that was quite text heavy. I want to try something different and just put like a bold sentiment, but not many words. So I've chosen Best Wishes from this set, which is a Kaszazz set, and so is the chevron background. So just tap that on there, and then what I want to do is stamp the Best Wishes across the bottom. There we go. I think I like the way that looks. And now before I adhere my butterflies, I'm going to mount this to the cardstock. So, just get my super tape. Now I have to admit this is not my idea. This came from one of the other Kaszazz consultants, and I just saw it and I didn't actually look at the instructions to make this. It was just where I got my inspiration from. So I think they use different colours. They might even use different inks, like different types of inks, I'm not sure. I've just decided to go with these colours and the distress inks. They could possibly even use the dilution spray and the pad, I'm not sure. But I decided to go with these today. Just give it a play and see what you can come up with. But the beauty of this card is that you can use whatever background stamp you have. You can also use different punches, so you could do a sort of a Christmas theme and give a Christmas background and stick snowflakes to it in you know, like gold and silver and blue or something like that. So you're not restricted by making this card because you don't have that particular punch or that particular stamp. And you can use any colour you like as well, which is always good to mix and match the colours. So I've mounted that onto the front of our card now, okay? And what we're going to do is place the butterflies. So I've got two punched out here already. The other thing I like about this style of card is that you can actually use up sort of scraps, bits you've had left over. So I'm actually going to punch out the green that matches our twisted citron and a yellow that's going to match our squeezed lemonade. There we go. And I actually chose the colours based on the scraps that I just had lying around on my desk. So just give those a little bend upwards. Now I'm going to do something a bit different to this card this time round, just to give it a bit more dimension. I thought it was lacking a bit of dimension last time, is I'm going to actually ink the edges of each of these butterflies. So just to give it a bit of shadow all the way around. Now you don't have to, you could keep it quite clean and simple. The other thing you could do is ink the edges of the white cardstock that you've just stamped onto and the card. So each of the butterflies is going to be inked with their coordinating distress ink. I'm just hoping they all show up. Yeah, that one does. And you could, again, you could go as light or as heavy as you like, but I like that sort of shadowed effect. So put that one back. Twisted citron, I'm pretty excited about this colour. I like the vibrancy of it, but I will have to be careful with inking the edges because it might stand out a little bit. Now I'm going to adhere these butterflies using the glossy accents. You could use any glue you like. You could also use sticky dots, or you could do it with the mounting foam if you wanted to, but I'm going to use glossy accents. And you can see with this card here, I could have put mounting foam under the wings, but I just lifted up a little bit to give it a bit of dimension. Okay, so then what I want to do is work on the placement of my butterflies. So I quite like the idea of having one sort of around the sentiment. And the other thing that I try not to do is to put the butterflies on their background colour. So obviously the pink is mainly here, so I will put it up here somewhere. The green's down there, so I don't want that one to go there, so I might put that one up the top there. We'll see how we go. I might put the pink there and the green. No, I like that. There. Like that. So we're going to do it like that. So I just get them into place so I know exactly where I want to lay them, so that once they've stuck, I'm not regretting the fact that I've stuck it down there. There we go. Let's not cover up any of the word, but that kind of wraps around that sentiment. I'm getting towards the end of my bottle of glossy accents, so it's starting to take a while to come out. The other thing I do try and do is kind of get the butterflies on a different angle, so each one of them is not on exactly the same angle. I just find that gives a bit more realisticness to it, I guess, or you know, the way that butterflies might fly, as opposed to having them all exactly the same. Try to mix it up a little bit. Oh, definitely getting towards the end of that glossy accents. Okay. We might have that one a little bit straighter, a bit further down as well. There we go. So once that's dry, you can kind of puff those wings up a little bit more. If you wanted to add a little bit more to it, you could definitely add some pearls down the middle or some glitter down the body of the butterflies, which I might do on this one. But you can see sort of a similar design, but you can definitely take any colours, any stamps, any punches, and mix and match and use different products to make these beautiful cards that take 5 minutes to put together. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.